April is Alcohol Awareness Month, and we are here to highlight the hypocrisy of Governor Baker and Mayor Walsh promoting alcohol while opposing ending prohibition of a substance that is less toxic, less harmful to the body, and does not contribute to violent or risky behavior. Alcohol has deadly consequences on a number of fronts, including highways, emergency rooms, and morgues. Increasing the number of alcohol beverage licenses and expanding bar operating hours compounds these threats. Governor Baker and Mayor Walsh want to make alcohol easier to get, while driving the 842,000 people over 18 in Massachusetts who used marijuana last year to drug pushers who sell dangerous drugs like heroin and don't ask for IDs. Marijuana is significantly less addictive than alcohol. Some studies show that allowing marijuana reduces consumption of more addictive substances. In fact, Governor Baker recently said he is open to the idea of addicts using marijuana to wean themselves off of harder drugs. Many Massachusetts residents die every year from alcohol poisoning, but no one has ever died from using marijuana. One study indicated that alcohol is 114 times more deadly than marijuana. People who are familiar with both marijuana and alcohol know that it makes absolutely no sense to live in a society where alcohol flows freely, but marijuana is prohibited. That is why 3/4 of Bay Staters under the age of 40 support our initiative. So we ask the governor and the mayor, what sense does it make to promote the use of a deadly substance like alcohol while maintaining prohibition of a relatively benign plant? I'm happy to take questions. The Cannabis Control Commission is mandated to regulate edibles, and they could regulate them in a way that would not make them attractive to children. Edibles, on the other hand, are sometimes a preferred method of ingestion of marijuana, simply because people don't like to smoke it. They'd rather ingest it in some other way. Many of the studies come from other countries, the United Kingdom and other places, and I can give you citations for all of the studies that I've cited, and I'm happy to send that to you, Jack. The governor has promoted the expansion of licenses, availability of alcohol licenses, and the governor, it's important to remember, the governor was in favor of the repeal of the alcohol tax, and that money would have gone directly to drug treatment programs. So in 2010, the governor said, we don't want money for substance abuse treatment programs. We'd rather have people be able to have alcohol more freely, and we don't want to tax it. We don't shy away from a fight, and what we've said from the beginning is those folks have their opinions, and we're going to take this question to the people and see what they say. And, you know, obviously we're going to have a rigorous campaign, and we'll get the message out that alcohol is a much more dangerous substance than marijuana, and we should end marijuana prohibition. Yeah, you know, it's also important to remember that there was no political support in 2008. There was no political support in 2012. We do have political support now from folks in the legislature. And in 2008 and 2012, both the governor and the attorney general and I don't know what Menino's position was, but the governor and the attorney general were both against decriminalization and authorization of medical marijuana. So, you know, and those passed by both of them by over 60%. So we believe that the You know, someone recently said to me, I think the people are ahead of the leaders on this one.
Do you think it's appropriate to have a campaign out with Mayor Walsh, a recovering alcoholic, putting the words in his mouth saying, drink more alcohol?
Look, I understand Mayor Walsh is a recovering alcoholic. You know, I know Mayor Walsh personally, and his advocacy for the expansion of operating hours for alcohol establishments and the expansion of licenses in the city of Boston, I believe are in conflict with his position as a recovering alcoholic. That's a question you'll have to ask him.
Anybody else?
Thank you. Thank you.
One more. Do you
Yes.
have, there was a op-ed in the Globe today, I believe, suggesting that even if this passes, perhaps there should be a higher tax rate on marijuana sales. Do you have any thoughts on that at this point?
Well, you know, the tax rate is always subject to flux. Obviously, this is an initiative that could be adjusted by the legislature. In fact, our initiative suggests that the Cannabis Control Commission can recommend a different tax if they find that's important. But the tax level is an important thing on driving out the underground market. So if you have the tax that's too high, the underground market continues to thrive. If the tax is adjusted low enough so that the cost of the product is less than what the underground market can afford, then you wither the underground market. And that's one of the purposes of this, is to make sure that the underground market goes away and that people start buying in regulated stores. Teenagers say that marijuana is easier to get than alcohol. And the reason that it's easier to get than alcohol is because they have to buy it in stores that are regulated and where they ask for IDs. And we believe that youth access will go down if the commerce is in regulated stores where folks ask for their IDs. And look, we're just as interested in making sure that youth access is limited as everybody else. And that's why our initiative mandates that the Cannabis Control Commission take every step possible to prevent the sales to people under the age of 21.
Can you talk a little bit about your strategy going forward now that there are two campaigns?
We'll have a rigorous ad campaign leading up to the election. I'm sure that the other side will too. And, you know, frankly, when I said we don't shy from a fight, this may make it easier for us to raise funds for our ad campaign. So, and obviously we're going to need more money than we had originally anticipated, just because they'll have ads opposing us, and so we'll want to make sure that we get the word out.
Do you have a target for how much you aim to raise?
Did you bring your checkbook? No, we don't have a target, but we'll raise as much as we can. Any other questions? Thanks so much. Appreciate it. You all coming out for this chilly morning.